Assalamualaikum and good evening. Welcome to Predicting MTS with me, Noor. In the last decade, plastic has affected the health and life of human beings very badly. Some incidents have attracted the attention of the whole world and put a question mark about the use of plastic in daily life. Plastic, the wonder material that we use for everything and which pollutes our environment, is perhaps the most harmful of trash dumps by mariners and seagulls in sea because it does not readily break down in nature. In fact, the plastic that goes over the site today may still be around in hundreds of years to fill up the fishing gear, boats, propellers, and beaches future generations. According to the Center of Marine Conservation, over 25,000 pieces of fishing lines were collected from U.S. beaches during the 1996 annual beach cleanup, and at least 40% of all animal entanglements reported during the cleanup involved fishing lines. So today, we would like to talk about plastic pollution, and we will tell you more the cause and effects of plastic pollution to our nature.
Welcome back with me, Farahi. Here we're still talking about plastic pollution. And here with me, joining us this evening to discuss this topic even further is Dr. Shakira from UC Malaysia Terengganu and Dr. Asna Mahira from UC Putra Malaysia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
First question, of course, for Dr. Shakira. Living in this community, what's your opinion about cost of plastic pollution, especially in Malaysia?
Thank you for the question. In my opinion, the major contribution to this problem today include the plainful trash. Plastic is everywhere. Even on this item you may not expect it to be. Milk cartons are lined with the plastic. Water bottles are handed out everywhere, and some products may even contain tiny plastic beads. Every time one of these items gets thrown away or washed down the sink, the toxic pollutants have more of a chance to enter the environment and do harm. Trash dumps and landfills are unfortunate major problem as they allow pollutants to enter the ground and affect the wildlife and groundwater for years to come. Next, the causes of plastic pollution may include the fishing net. Nowadays, commercial fishing is an economic necessity for many parts of the world, and tons of people eat fish for their daily survival. However, this industry has helped contribute to the problem of plastic pollution in the ocean in several ways. The net used for certain large-scale trawling operations are usually made of plastic. First, these plastics spend long time submerged in water, looking. Next, the causes of plastic pollution may include the fishing nets. Nowadays, commercial fishing is an economic necessity for many parts of the world, and tons of people eat fish for their daily survival. However, this industry has helped contribute to the problem of plastic pollution in the ocean in several ways. The net used for the certain large-scale trawling operations are usually made of plastic. First, these plastics spend long time submerged in water, taking the toxin at will, but they also often get broken up or lost and will be left to the remain wherever they fall. This not only kills and harm local wildlife but also ensure that pollutants enter the water and fish of the area. And lastly, since the plastic is less expensive, it is one of the most widely available and overused items in the world today. When disposed, it does not decompose easily and pollute the land or air nearby when burned in open area.
Thank you, Doctor. Alright, Dr. Asna, can I ask you, does plastic pollution affect our society? And can you explain more about another effect?
Thank you for the question. Some of the major long-term effects of plastic pollution is it upsets the food chain because it comes in size large and small polluting plastics even affect the worms. The smallest organisms such as plankton, when these organisms become poisoned due to plastic ingestion, this causes problems for the larger animals that depend on them for food. This can cause a whole enemy of problems, each step further along the food chain. Plus, it means that plastic are present in the fish that many people eat every day. Next, the effect of plastic solution is groundwater pollution. Water conservation is already a concern in place ranging from California to parts of India. But the world's water is in great danger because of leaking plastics and waste. If you ever seen a garbage dump, imagine what happens every time it rains. Then imagine that being in your drinking water. Groundwater and reservoirs are open to little environmental toxins. Most of the litter and pollution affecting the world's oceans also derives from plastics. This has had terrible consequences on many marine species, which can lead to consequences for those that eat fish and marine life for nutrients. Lastly, the effect of the plastic pollution is air pollution. Burning of plastic in the open air leads to environmental pollution due to the release of poisonous chemicals. The polluted air, when inhaled by humans and animals, affect their health and can cause respiratory problems.
We all seen the video, bird with stomach full of plastic, that turtle with a straw stuck in its nose. Here one easy way we all can make a difference right now. Single-use plastic, whether they all be fork, spoon, knife, straw or whatever, they are awful for the environment, and we use them on a semi-regular basis just because human beings prefer choosing convenience over mild inconvenience. But if there were a small thing we all can do to make a big impact on our environment, stop using single-use plastic, literally. Just next time you go to a restaurant, drink directly from the glass. If you really need a straw, or a person with a disability who use a straw, you can use alternative. Some popular options include reusable paper, silicone, or metal straw. It is not one size fits all solution, but there are options. Plastic has been found in more than 60% in seabird, and 100% of sea turtles that mistake plastic is a food, and those detrimental effects quickly find their way back to human. Back at home, plastic in all its forms are piling up in landfill because a whopping 19% of plastic is not actually recycled. But if every person in Kuala Lumpur use one less grocery bag per year, it will be reduced waste by 400,000 kilograms and save 1,090 ringgit on disposal. My point is, we need to work as a team. Reducing our dependence on plastic is a teamwork. Together, we can get ourselves out of a very inconvenient environmental.
Guys, we have heard from the other two authorities, and the first authorities are saying about the factors that can lead to the long-term problems. So, which are actually the first one is come from the trash. It come from the unexpected things such as water bottles, plastic bags, and the second is fishing nets that are made from plastics. So when we merge the fish nets that made out of plastic, the sea will dissolve with the fish nets, and we will produce, and the fish net chemical substance that produced from the fish net will dissolve in sea, and then the marine life will use the seawater, and then we can see that how it cycle, right? So next is overuse plastic is due to the lower price. So I think if we can raise up the price, maybe we can see the plastics consumption decreasing. So the other authorities are saying about effects of plastic pollution. First thing first, upsets the food chain. Yes, I'm truly agree that. Because of what? If we the longer the nets in the sea, the more plastic will dissolve with the sea water, and then it will damage, or it will make the sea water, which is the ecosystem of a plankton, uh, it will make the ecosystem will be, what you call that, damaged, and then the plankton that eat and the plankton in the sea that will be damaged too. So the the fish that eat plankton will be damaged. So double damage, fish and plankton. So next is groundwater pollution. The plastic will affect marine life and us also. And the last one is air pollution. Air pollution is caused by the open plastic burning. Alright? It's just not burning the open burning, but it's open plastic burning. So it will cause the pollutions. Yeah, if we think logically, the the smoke that produced by the open burning, that we need to exhale, that we need to inhale, is from the smoke. Then we know that the we as a human and marine life and other animals need oxygen, right? So open plastic burning do damage the index of air. So to conclude, I hope that um, this video about the usage of plastics can affect usage of plastic that can affect the ecosystem of marine life, and people will encourage us all to reduce or minimize the usage of plastics. We may not see the effect now, but we will see the effect later. I totally confident that if we reduce the usage of plastics, we might see the beautiful of nature. I would like to leave you guys with an interesting thought by Jacques Foster, which is pollution of the air or of the land, while ultimately ends up in the sea. Thank you.